I'm telling you guys the honest truth. I will be talking to Kespa and production people as early as perhaps today about how I feel like we need to show a lot more of this. This is something that I've almost forgotten about because during the ESF days and the GOM days, like all the teams made a stand against first-person views altogether because that's what we never saw them in StarCraft 2. Yeah.
Is that what happened?
Yeah.
That's horrible.
It's like a long time ago. I'm not going to name any specific coaches or names, but it was like a long time ago, and everyone was like, no, players don't want anybody to see their first-person views, so we're not going to have that. And that's what happened in StarCraft 2, like in ESF days, like old days. Well, FlaSh obviously clearly favored here. Shine 5-5, 0-2 versus Terran, and lost his recent 5 games. But this guy goes deep in Codes. This guy is, a known cheeser. But
he's a sneaky guy, man. Just look at those eyes. Tell me they don't look sneaky. Like, those are some beady eyes, man.
He's killed FlaSh in the best-of-3 series to eliminate FlaSh from Codes, and then he goes on to the round of 16 in Codes that next season himself. Like, this guy is definitely a top-tier player. Bad Pro League results when he's not playing against Sulky, but otherwise, this guy is top-tier. So even though FlaSh is highly favored, a cheese could work here on Overgrowth. Let's jump into game number 2, KT versus Samsung.
LTA는 SK텔레콤.
Down here in the bottom left in the red for KT Rolster is FlaSh, but it looks like something happened to our game.
Game ended.
Yeah, a crash it looks like, so
warning for whoever crashed.
Well, with the KT Rolster win there on the screen, I think it must have been Shine. Yeah, Shine's like, what the hell is going on? Like,
he's like, at least the booth didn't follow me, but I mean, yeah, we definitely have to start this one over.
Yeah. Looks like he may even be just like signing back in. Well, we will get back into this game shortly, guys. Sorry for the delay.
Yeah.
Still getting a look at Shine there in the booth.
Yeah. Didn't get to see any build orders just yet.
Yeah, nothing.
Just a drone and an SCV from each player. So no 6 pools, guys.
Yeah. Moonglade getting a look at that post-game score screen.
Oh, yeah, I got to check these things.
And, well, I guess it was probably just...
He's, like, so entertained by the fact that his computer just, like, blew up.
I think, actually, it literally, like, crashed and restarted.
I think we're doing a resume from replay, maybe.
Most likely.
Yeah.
This usually ends up happening. Because it's now that Blizzard's implemented this, it's like, you might as well do this instead of restarting the game because it's more legit. In a way,
I guess, but I mean, I guess they start in the same position and stuff, which is kind of cool.
It's also like in the case of, for example, Shine. Like if he agrees, like, yeah, there were no issues before the game crashed. I don't feel I need a regame. I guess it's like the more legitimate way to do it. If Shine was like, oh, I lagged the whole time before I crashed, like we need a regame, then that's a different story. But
fair enough.
Yeah, I mean it's a 2-player map. The spawning locations don't matter too much at all, but
maybe there's some preference to the left and right, but it's pretty much it's a mirror map sort of thing, so it's not too different at all.
Yeah, I like the resume from replay. What are your thoughts on this movie? You seem a bit like you think a regame might be better.
It'd be faster for sure.
That's definitely true.
But I mean, like, but I do understand like positional can be a factor for sure, and maybe they want it to be like as clear as...
I feel like it's just a ruling thing.
Yeah.
Like a Kesper rule, it's like we just got to go right from the replay. If there were no like big problems, big issues like Wolf was talking about.
I mean, it's totally fine. There's nothing wrong with it at all.
Well, FlaSh, notoriously a guy that does not like to have any problems, likes to have his setup perfect, but it looks like we're going to jump to this time it being when FlaSh actually plays, so that's enjoyable.
Yeah, well, this is going to be like that Pirates of the Caribbean versus King Kong rendition.
Yeah.
Now, the reason why he wears the Murloc suit instead of the King Kong suit is for budget reasons. Obviously, the King Kong suit would cost too much. Because Stork and Action are both known as why. I don't know what the connection is between Stork and Action. I think Action is just a good actor.
Yeah, that was pretty impressive.
They both have act in their name. Act and actor. Action.
Yeah, you know what?
That actually.
Maybe it's like lights,
that's why he
camera,
was pitching.
action, you know?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Interesting. Interesting.
Stork over here.
That's when FlaSh actually beats Stork, so.
Oh, in all seriousness, Stork known as the Dino Toss, so that's why they had the King Kong suit. So, just so you guys know.
In all seriousness there.
Oh, yeah.
Not sure about the Pirates of the Caribbean music, but we have seen Pirates of the Caribbean music when we saw the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy impression when Stork beat FlaSh. So, or maybe that was Star Trek, I'm not sure. But anyways,
we're going
back into the game. A countdown here, and everything resumes. So, back in, everything is good, everything is fine.
Everything's back to normal.
Oh, but things may be fine, but FlaSh decided after this little restart shenanigans, he wants to go for a bit of a sneaky build. It looks like it's going to be a 8-8 Reaper.
An 8-8 Reaper.
8-8-8.
Maybe, yeah. It definitely. It looks like that for sure, and this could do a lot of damage.
8 depot, 8 supply, 8 refinery. Very refined build.
Very refined, very dangerous build. Has to do damage early, though. If it doesn't do damage, then it's a pretty terrible build.
He's done this before a lot on King Sejong Station, actually, against certain players.
It's actually a really good map on King Sejong to do this.
Yeah, because you can put it right next to the main.
Yeah, you can put it like in the back of the main and like just jump up that little...
Just jump in the ledge.
Yeah, it's brutal. When that happens, it's very, very painful.
Funny to me that he decided to do this against a player like Shine, who's got the proclivity to not only go for early pools, but also has some of the best micro out of any Zerg players.
Yeah, but I mean,
Zerg not a race that's like necessarily usually known for its micro outside of ZVZ, but when you're defending against early Reapers, you need to have a good amount of it.
Oh, absolutely. And we'll have to. It's really going to test Shine's micro more than anything else. And we do see the 15 hatch, so this build is perfect against Shine.
Ooh, even extra drones here playing super greed mode.
Yep.
Does he go for even more? No, it doesn't look like it. He's
Will he
go
go
save
for
it
the
up
gas? Doesn't look like it, yeah.
Nah.
No gas, so...
One extra drone.
One extra drone.
He's going to get that
so
up.
it's a reasonably safe sort of pool.
Let's see if he does the bunker here. He probably will. Especially because he's positioned as... yeah.
There it goes, right on 100 minerals. Reaper already started, about halfway done, and of course, Shine cannot see that there on the edge of his creep. That one drone popping out there doesn't see it either. So he's not going to know this until the Reaper is inside his base.
Oh, yeah. And it's can do a lot of damage. I mean, it's so hard to micro drones against Reapers like this.
Yeah, he's going to have to make some spores and cancel them, which he can't do until the spawning pool is done either. So he might be able to, do that once it's done while he's waiting for the links to finish, but he needs more time. Bunker's done. He's going to bring the SCV over here as well to do a little bit more damage and actually maybe even finish off that drone. Yeah, it's going to kill it. Loses the SCV and as a result, but another drone goes down while he's targeting.
2 drones.
2 drones. Going to be 3 drones.
Yep, 3.
Wow, so much damage being done.
It's not even done yet.
Reaper is about to pop out as well. And I have to say, this Reaper in a really good spot here as well, as long as it doesn't get surrounded. 4 kills now.
He didn't put it in a good place where he was... I think he was trying to bait the Reaper into Lings instead of trying to make that spore, but with the bunker here, it's like, doesn't matter.
Yeah, this damage is getting out of control pretty damn quickly. He's
Now
got
it's
to
two Reapers.
He's got to like survive. He's got to like get these Zerglings to survive until the Queen is out.
Yeah, and he's got like a second hatch too for production.
Oh.
He saves that
This
drone
could
at least.
actually end right here. The amount of drones that have died to this is like...
Could have actually maybe targeted one more down there, perhaps.
Yeah, well, I'm sure he can go back for it.
Yeah.
He's making the 3rd Reaper. He can just go back in. He could actually fight the Queen at this point.
Yeah, with 3 Reapers, he certainly can once that second one gets back up to full health. He's got a CC going up at home. Our observer just highlighted that.
That SCV was in a bad spot, but that just thankfully barely moves.
Yeah. Only on 10 drones at the moment. 10 drones against 15 SCVs plus Mule.
He's making another Queen, too, actually. That's a lot of sink of minerals that could be going into additional drones.
Now, with the Zerglings there at the front, he's forced to bring one of those Reapers back to deal with this, so...
Yeah, but we'll get shut down, so these 4 Zerglings will be in vain.
At least he slows the Commander. Does get 1 kill.
Yeah,
but he's going to kill all 4 of the Zerglings.
Yeah, exactly. And while this is all happening, there's still harassment in the main base. 3 Queens out, but, I mean, he might get rid of the bunker, but the damage has been done at this point.
He's going to salvage it in a second, maybe. Yeah, there it goes.
He could actually get this queen on the bottom.
Yeah,
too.
with another Reaper coming back, he certainly can.
There's the queen going down, and as long as they keep running away.
Oh, Shine was a bit slow there on the grab. I'm sure Moonglade of Warcraft 3 Pro would have never let that happen.
I would never let that happen. I
No.
would have got that for sure, guys.
Now up to 5 Reapers here as that 5th one does pop out.
Yeah,
so.
he's actually can fight queens and Zerglings at this point. There's just enough
Look at
Reapers.
this.
Already, a queen.
Yeah,
on
that queen's
half
already
HP.
low. Yeah, he's going to get transfused, but all he has to do is micro individual Reapers back, and that queen is like stepping way above his bounds. Maybe again here to bait.
Oh.
I'm trying to give Shine credit here on this. Like, I feel like he's trying to bait sometimes with the lings popping out of the eggs, but
Yeah, I mean, that was a good bait, and he's going to have Zergling speed very soon, so FlaSh has to be very careful with his Reapers. He might actually have to pull back right now if he wants to keep him alive. But he's going to go for more damage, which could be a little too greedy against
the thing is,
Zerglings.
if he gets into the mineral line, like with a good spot where the Reapers can't get surrounded, well, this is not that.
There's the speed, and it does get a huge surround on a ton of those Reapers. They're trying to get in a good position here, and they do.
Had he gotten into a better spot earlier, I think it would have been much better for him.
Or even off creep would have been really helpful. But like that, yeah, all the Reapers go down. But
That hurts. That's actually pretty expensive. He's got the better tech, and he's still got a good worker count, but he no longer has any control or any pressure on the map.
he gives up map control, and he's going to have to wait until Hellions before he can really take his natural 2, which is a bit of a problem. But not too much of a problem. I mean, he's doing all right. He's ahead in economy, FlaSh, that is, with 3 CC.
Yeah, he played very greedy behind this because he knew he could. He knows that Shine is going to drone up heavily behind this, so he just gets those 3 CCs. Has his tech up really nicely here as well.
Yeah, well, I mean, this is costing him some money, but
Very minimal.
yeah, it's like just a little bit of a mineral sink. Armory goes up here. We all know what that means.
Well, it's going to be Hellion Banshee into some really fast Hellbats, so this could do a lot of damage too, especially if Shine avoids going Roach, but he makes a Roach Warren, so he's going to be very ready for it. As we saw in Shine's last match, he does like to go Roaches.
Well, I mean, here's the reality of it. He's probably planning on doing a Roach all-in.
Probably. Probably. But either way, he's going to be very, very ready for these Hellbats.
He'll be well equipped for the Hellions. My concern really more so is the Banshees. How is he going to respond to that?
Yeah. You'll have to scout
Especially with Cloak
Well,
on
he's
the
got
way.
an Overlord going in. If he goes the right direction,
He just has he's got no lair. It's not even started yet. Cloak is going to be
lair.
ready.
No extra queen.
No spores. I mean,
No
he can
spores.
start all of these once he scouts the Banshee, but he's a bit behind on that regard.
Yeah, he didn't want to go full scout with that Overlord, so he saw the factory. He saw that there was no add-on on the barracks, which kind of gives it away that there might be Banshee play happening, but he doesn't know for sure, not 100%.
Well, Baneling Nest and Roaches coming out here.
So we're seeing that style again. Seeing the Roach Bane, which is pretty good. He could do a lot of damage with it, but I mean, when that Banshee comes out, it's going to really be able to shut it down.
He has the Watchtower here, so the Banshee will also be unscouted. He knows that on its path across the map.
And here come the Roaches. He's going to see it with the Banshee. Banshee has to turn around and start hurting them.
And those Roaches are slow, no lair on the way, of course, and no speed as well.
Just
so
a
it's-
Roach Baneling all in.
Yeah.
I mean, I would actually think it'd be the greatest idea to kind of just counterattack with these Hellions, turn them into Hellbats outside the natural, and just walk on in. And
Yeah, because they're not going to be too useful defensively.
yeah,
really.
kind of just clean up with the Banshees and whatever's behind the supply.
It's just a really big concern. He doesn't have any siege tanks. He doesn't have any Widow Mines. Like, he has to use the Banshee to target down those Banelings. I feel Hellions at the back here getting so much done, actually. That is huge that he kills those Banelings at the back. These Banelings getting some SCVs here, allowing the Zerglings inside as well. But I'm not sure if this is going to be enough damage for Shine now that the second Banshee is out defensively. All he has to do is target and repair a little bit. Lift that orbital, of course. There it goes. But all the AoE damage here on the Hellions plus the Banshees will eventually push this back.
They do get the supply depot, but still, it's
This
not
is
enough.
futile at this point, yeah.
Look how many Hellions he's got behind
He's just
this.
going
He
to
has a
counterattack
huge
and win the
force here.
game.
At this point, yeah, I mean, he can just turn them into Hellbats and walk on in because there's two Roaches defending. He scans the third base, absolutely no drones there. A Spore going up, but not a big deal, especially against Hellbats.
The only thing that's really missing here is that he doesn't have Medivacs to heal the Hellbats, and the Hellbats are going to be on low health
Yeah.
because a lot of those Hellions are almost dead, in fact.
Yeah, there's a lot of damage to Hellions.
They're still going to get a few more hit points with this transformation, but
Especially with the Banshees, with Cloak to support this. I mean, those two Roaches do end up cleaning up those 3 Hellbats because they were so low health, but here come more, and he's only got more on the way, and with those 2 Banshees, it's really hard. This one Queen is going to pop out and die.
yeah, I mean, all he has to do is target the Roaches with his Banshees and then fight the Queens with his Hellbats.
Well, you can just kill the hatchery with these Banshees and move to the natural. I mean, there's no real
Second
detection.
Baneling Nest. always a good choice. Does end up starting a Spire instead.
Yeah, good plan there. And oh, you might actually be able to defend this off.
I mean, he's gonna hold, but the damage is quite immense.
Yeah. One
Actually, a
point
bit
left.
sloppy control here on this Banshee. Now starting to move it away.
Yeah, this third base is definitely going down.
Yeah, I would say so. How much hit points? 220, actually?
Yeah, I mean...
He may save it.
Wait.
Banshee
flies
control
over the
here is
Spore Crawler.
terrible.
Oh.
Still alive, though.
He can micro it.
He's out of cloak.
He can micro
All he
it.
has to do is right-click with the Queen. The Queen is dead. Yeah, he's going to get it, I think.
Yeah, he's got
Yeah.
it. There's no way a Spore's going to stop a Banshee like that.
No Queens nearby and gets the hatch.
Yep.
Now the worker count for FlaSh up to 47 now. He's been droning or SCVing up. He's been making harvesters nonstop with triple mule drops and triple SCV production.
Yeah. Well, he does spend a second scan there in the main base, which does see that Spire follow-up, so he's going to know that's on the way as well.
And we see a massive counterattack with Roach Bane. This is kind of like the all-in. And I mean, FlaSh went into bio, so
He's
this
got
isn't
plenty
gonna
of
be too
Marauders
bad.
here,
Yeah.
and he's got the Banshee to help out as well.
This could do some damage, though, if the Banelings get into the mineral line.
The
they
SCV's
go.
mostly pulled away, but still a few of them going down. And he's got a lot of Roaches here. You know, this could actually be enough to take FlaSh out. That Banshee's just not doing damage quickly enough. Her sister comes to join, but it's a lot of Roach harassment here. He needs to come into the main and start targeting down SCVs, and that's exactly what he does here.
Zergling's
Hellions-
even in there as well, doing a lot of damage. They're not being cleaned up.
Yeah, Hellions just not doing damage quickly enough. This has ended up being a pretty nice trade here for Shine. He's actually fighting with his SCVs. I almost feel like he should just be running them away to like the third base right now instead. FlaSh now drops to 45 supply.
Wow.
But it's 3 base against 2 base.
3 base against 2 base, but we have a Muta switch here, and there is nearly no Marines on the map. There's one, as far as I can see, maybe 2.
Yeah. And 1 Marine against 6 Mutalisk is not that good. He's got no defense here for the third base. He's going to have to fly that away as well. So technically 2 versus 2 now, besides those mules.
This is actually looking really good for Shine all of a sudden. That counterattack was
46.
perfect.
Yeah. Wow. Shine Man, he's like just trying to show FlaSh up. He's like, yeah, I'm getting you again. The longer the game goes, actually, he's like, you think I can't play macro? I can sometimes. I don't care what Artosis says.
And yeah, I mean, we might have enough Marines to kind of protect one base, but they're only missile turrets starting now.
Yeah.
Oh, so much damage in the main.
His Widow Mines aren't in
God.
position as well. There's like 1 Marine out here just scouting, just like looking at nature or something.
He's like, if I jump on this platform, do I rocket across the map like in Halo? It's like, no, dude, you don't.
Widow
Oh,
Mines
now
are
he's
there.
actually, yeah, he's got to be careful. He sees the silhouette. If you get close enough to Widow Mine, you can actually see that it's there. And he flies away. And he will actually get out here. But Shine is actually droning up crazily back at home with double hatch production on the way. It looks like a macro hatch plus the 4th base.
You can say whatever you want about mules, but when you got a Zerg at nearly 70 drones and 4 bases, it's really, really hard to deal with, especially as a 2-base turn.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And one kind of critical mistake from Shine is that he has not started Baneling speed yet.
Or sent these drones over here towards a new base.
Yeah, but yeah, he's got to get on that pretty quickly. I mean, if this push comes out and his Banelings are just too slow and there's not enough of them, he could very well lose.
Can you
base.
check the larva count, actually? I'm really curious about what he's got. Okay, he's just spent all of it on Zerlings, it looks like. And he needs those Banes like you're talking about. +1's going to finish for Mutas, but this is a 1-1 Terran army that's very large, 62 to 48. And he's got Banshee support here as well. Wants to cloak those. One Banshee gets targeted.
And yeah, I mean, there's only Baneling spawning now. He could very well lose his third base here.
Yeah, he doesn't have Baneling speed either, as far as I know. So this could be a big problem too. Needs to start microing back here.
Oh, this is a bad engagement. This could very well be the third base down if he can get rid of these Zerglings.
He's fighting with the Mutalisk here now. Baneling's coming through. They're slow though, and FlaSh, great micro against them. Looks like Shine still barely has enough to push back the first wave. Second wave coming in here with a few more medevacs, but he's on the retreat. Too many Mutalisks. Well, are they? Yeah,
He does
just
pick
barely.
up and lead, but he does have a bunch of these reinforcements coming across. Is it enough? Looks like he is regrouping over there. You guys see that red ball on the minimap.
The scary thing is that he didn't kill the third base. That's a lot more production. He also has that macro hatch in the main base, so he's got all this larva with the economy he's built. If he didn't have that macro hatch, I think this would be a totally different game right now. So it's such a smart move for him to have gone for that.
Yeah, and he added 11 more Mutas to his Mutaflux, which is going to do huge against this army.
Yeah.
But he's going to really need Baneling hits
He
on
needs
these Marines.
Baneling's speed.
Yeah, he still hasn't got Baneling speed, which is one critical mistake, but he can hold on here as long as he stays on creep and doesn't try to overcommit. And he definitely needs more Banelings, more than 4 for sure.
There's the Baneling speed finally. And the first sign of the Evo chambers as well. So
It looks.
Shine's like, I guess I just have to play my macro here.
Shine's like, what's the hotkey for Evos? He like clicks on it. He clicks on the little tooltip at the bottom.
Oh, this is a nice counterattack
Yeah,
here
this
at the
is
third
huge.
base. There's no defense there. FlaSh is totally on the offensive right now. They have to run away.
Oh, he comes with the Mulus with the flank, so the Marines can't split here against the Banes. The Banes, though, not able to connect, but he just has such an overwhelming amount of Zerglings that it looks like it might not even matter. Now he's going to target down the Medivacs. The full one goes down, the second one as well. And I think that's game.
FlaSh
Third base
falls
isn't mining.
He falls to 60 to supply.
Yeah, he's in a terrible position. That
GG.
GG.
What?
What was that?
Shine.
Shine takes no prisoners.
What a crazy game. So back and forth.
I love this player, man. He is so. He just.
Yeah, man.
He does his own thing. Known cheeser.
All of us vote against him. He still takes a huge game over FlaSh, and that's going to send Samsung to 2 over KT.
Wow. I was not expecting this at all. And
I don't think anyone was.
It could very well be a 3-0 with Roro versus X next.
Oh yeah, dude. That's the most important thing to talk about right now. Can Roro be beaten? I mean, we saw some upsets earlier, so maybe Roro gets upset, but ooh boy, Zest has a big match ahead of him here. If he's able to win it, Stats is favored over Hurricane, so it's definitely still possible that we go to the ace match here, but a lot of pressure on Zest's shoulders, and Roro he has like an insane ratio on King Sejong Station. The only time he's lost on this map versus Protoss is against Purting when he just got off a plane like 2 hours before he played his Pro League match.
Yep.
That's the only time he's ever lost on this map against Protoss. It's like, I think maybe the only time he's ever lost against Protoss in general, if I'm not mistaken. So, Zest, a great ZVP player, but I like Zest ZVP much more on bigger maps. Ultrazine, Frost. Not so much on maps like King Sejong or Overgrowth. So, definitely a match that could go either way. This is very stressful right now for KT, and a very exciting moment for Samsung. I'm telling you guys, I know that Samsung hasn't shown the best results so far this season, but I think they are going to be top 4 next season. They're just getting so much better so fast.
I believe it for sure.
I look at this, I'm like, Shine was in the round of 16 at Codes. Stork was in the round of 16 at Codes. These guys are winning matches back to back here.
They got Roro. He's not in Codes, but he's still like a powerhouse that could be there eventually.